Hello everyone! With the arrival of autumn, there's a fresh batch of cozy and engaging games. My name is Ivy, and today I'm excited to share with you 10 games coming out in September that have caught my eye. Let's start September by turning up the heat. As someone who enjoys both cooking games and life sims, this one immediately grabbed my attention. In Chef RPG, you play as a young chef initially aiming to revive a once famous restaurant in White Ash Harbor. You have all the tools to make these restaurants a success, with the over 240 recipes to master and hundreds of unique furniture pieces to choose from. I'm already thinking about the decor and the layouts that I want to try. Outdoors, you can dive into the thrill of hunting for rare ingredients or enjoy the more leisurely pace of foraging and farming. I love games that offer both excitement and relaxation, and Chef RPG seems to nail that balance. White Ash Harbor is also home to a cast of characters, each with their own stories to share. Building relationships with them can unlock new quests and opportunities, adding depth to your journey. Chef RPG is sizzling its way into early access on Steam on September the 12th. Next, let's dive into a game that's about crafting, exploration, and a sweet splash of nautical adventure, Critter Cove. Dropping in early access on Steam on the 10th of September with PlayStation and Xbox versions later in the year. Create your character from a wide range of options, whether you want to be a quirky human, a mischievous lizard. The customization is so detailed and fun that you might find yourself tweaking your avatar for longer than expected. Then you'll dive straight into the heart of Critter Cove, a charming island that has seen better days but is full of potential. Soon, you'll claim a cozy home that's just begging for a little bit of TLC. Critter Cove feels like a blend of some of my favorites: Coral Island, My Time at Sandrock, and Wind Waker. It mixes farming, crafting, and town-building elements with underwater exploration, sailing, and island-hopping adventures. The loop of gathering, decorating, and exploring is downright addictive. Before you know it, you're deep into the island life, uncovering secrets, meeting new characters, and making Critter Cove your own. The demo is still up on Steam, and anything you do there carries over to the full game. Caravan Sandwich is a game that's all about exploration and a compelling post-apocalyptic adventure. If you're like me and love games that let you explore at your own pace, this one is sure to catch your attention too. The game begins with a quest to find your missing sister, setting out on a journey of adventure where you can take your time and get lost in the experience. The scenery alone makes the journey worth it, whether you're cruising on your van or trekking on foot. Speaking of the van, it's a bright yellow, clunky vehicle that becomes your trusty sidekick. Upgrading it as you explore not only opens up new areas, but also adds a satisfying progression to your adventure. It's more than just transportation. It's your mobile base and a key tool in solving puzzles. The game's narrative, paired with its peaceful vibe, no death, no combat, no timer, makes for a relaxing experience. And if you're not a fan of farming or building houses, or just want a break from them, I know those can feel like endless chores in some games sometimes, you'll be relieved to know that this game entirely skips those. The beautiful, mysterious journey is definitely the destination here. And Caravan Sandwich is a path worth being on, launching on September 12th for PC, Nintendo Switch, and PlayStation. If Stardew Valley and the Fable series had a slightly darker, more mysterious love child, that would most definitely be Mirthwood. It arrives on September 11 on Steam. This game blends RPG and life sim elements in a way that feels both familiar and fresh. Imagine starting off by fleeing a war-torn village. You're thrown into the deep end in a world where your choices matter, whether you decide to grow your own crops or swipe them from your neighbor. Mirthwood lets you craft your story in a land that's both enchanting and just a tad eerie. Now here's where it gets interesting, because your actions have real consequences. Mirthwood dives into moral choices, reacting to every action you take. Steal from a villager today, and they might not be so friendly tomorrow, or may even seek revenge later on. It's this kind of depth that sets Mirthwood apart from the usual life sim. Visually, it's a treat. The 2.5D hand-drawn art style, with its darker medieval tones, stand out in a genre often filled with bright, cheerful palettes. It's a vibe that's both captivating and a little haunting. Decoration options are there, but don't expect to turn your home into an Animal Crossing-esque paradise. This is a game where you can be the hero, the villain, or something in between. Mirthwood evolves with your every decision, offering the perfect blend of the cozy and the cunning. Mellowbot, A Last Song, is hitting the gaming world like a clear, ringing note. This is where rhythm meets adventure as you take on the role of a tiny but determined robot. You're on a mission to revive a planet silenced by a strange disease. As you explore beautifully crafted landscapes, you'll recreate the planet's cherished melodies, upgrade your abilities, and uncover hidden history. Along the way, you'll clear obstacles by solving rhythm-based puzzles and face powerful guardians in challenging musical duels. And while Mellowbot might be small and not built for combat, this little hero is packed with heart and creativity. The gameplay effortlessly blends exploration with the challenge of making every note count on your journey. The visuals are enchanting, drawing inspiration from the vibrant styles of Pixar and Studio Ghibli. It's a game that invites you to slow down, listen, and fully immerse yourself in its world. Mellowbot, A Last Song also releases on September 12 for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. The Plucky Squire has caught my eye with its unique concept. It's about Jot and his friends, 2D storybook characters who discover a whole new three-dimensional world beyond their book's pages. Things get interesting when the villain, Humpgrump, figures out that he's destined to lose at the end of the book. He's not too happy about it, so he kicks Jot out of the book and takes control, rewriting the story to suit his darker plans. Now Jot has to navigate both worlds to save his friends and restore the book's happy ending. What's really cool about this charming action-adventure game is how it seamlessly switches between 2D and 3D gameplay. One moment, you're navigating a beautifully illustrated flat story world, and the next, you're going through a 3D world on a jetpack. The story unfolds starting September 17th for PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and the Switch. Another game set to launch on September the 12th, Garden Witch Life, will be available for PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. In Garden Witch Life, you play as a witch who leaves city life behind and moves to a peaceful island. Your new home is a treehouse, and the island is full of opportunities to create something special. You breathe new life to an old garden, transforming it into a vibrant, magical place. You grow all kinds of crops and use them to cook up delicious recipes in your cauldron. There's plenty of fun to be had as you spruce up your treehouse. I'm looking forward to decorating with cozy furniture and magical touches here and there. As you settle in, you'll also meet friendly neighbors. And yes, you can pet all the cute animals you come across on the island. But the island holds more than meets the eye. It's full of secret hidden places and ancient text waiting to be discovered. As you explore, you'll piece together the story of a broken world. If you enjoy games like Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley with a magical twist, Garden Witch Life could be a charming addition to your collection. Of all the upcoming cozy games on Steam, this is one of the most wishlisted. And yes, I'm one of those wishlisters. Tiny Glade is a sandbox decorating game where you get to build the most enchanting and whimsical castles, perfect for anyone dreaming of a little fairy tale escape with a touch of cottagecore. The game is visually stunning, and the graphics are incredibly fun to play around with. I love how the different elements react to each other when you're building. You simply draw your walls, reshape them, decorate the surroundings with lovely items, and let the game work its magic. If the demo was anything to go by, the full game promises even more features like the ability to create serene pools, and you don't need to be a master architect to create something beautiful. It's one of those games where you can pick up and let your creativity flow. Perfect for unwinding after a long day. And if you're like me, having a game like Tiny Glade where you can dip in and out between those long gaming sessions is just wonderful. I can't wait for its release on September 23. A magical and crafting sim that's sometimes eerie but totally charming nevertheless. This next game puts you in the shoes of a witch apprentice named Rika, learning the craft with the guidance of a legendary witch. You'll explore mystical, autumnal woodlands, gathering ingredients, and crafting potions, all while building and decorating your very own enchanted cottage. Perched atop giant roving chicken legs, you'll be wandering through procedurally generated forests, swamps, and villages, solving quests and deciding whether to help or hinder the locals you encounter along the way. Plus, you can tame wildlife to accompany you on your journey. I'll admit, the game does lean towards the dark side of cozy, which gave me pause at first, but the more I see, the more intrigued I become. For now, Rika is only confirmed for PC through Steam, set to release on early access on September the 12th. So with autumn on the horizon, Rika feels like the perfect game to get lost in. And saving the best for last? Let's see. There's something special coming on the Switch for all the Legend of Zelda fans out there. The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is dropping on September 26th. And this time, the spotlight is finally on Zelda herself. Mysterious rifts are swallowing up folks across Hyrule, including Link. And this time, it's up to Zelda to save the day. You'll team up with a new fairy friend, Tri, and use the magic Tri Rod to create echoes, copies of objects and even monsters around you, to solve puzzles and take down enemies, and hopefully to find Link. I have to say, the art style and concept of this game have me completely hooked. It's just so adorable. And you can bet I'll be there on day one, ready to explore every corner of Hyrule. So, if you're a fellow Zelda fan, get ready for another unforgettable adventure. And that wraps up my September games picks. Which games are you most excited to curl up with this month? If you liked any of the games on the list, let me know by clicking the like button. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you next time.